What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to part 2 of my Division 1 story. If you haven't already, make sure you go watch part 1. Dropped that about 3-4 days ago. Basically just gave you guys my background, kind of introducing you to my college football career. Went through some of my high school stuff, prep school stuff, and basically led up to this episode on where I committed to Umass. That's where I ended off part 1. A couple people were saying they kind of felt like I rushed it at the end going into why I committed to Umass, and honestly that's kind of how it happened. It was really a very rushed decision, unfortunately. It was like there was so much going on. So to start this episode, we'll talk a little bit more about that, like what led into that decision, I guess, and why it was such a fast decision. And then obviously we're gonna break down what my time was like at UMass and ultimately why I decided to enter the portal and leave UMass. And I appreciate you guys tuning in and really showing me love, man. It means the world to me. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, and let's dive into it, man. Part 2 of my Division 1 story. So when I had left off the first video, I talked about committing to UMass, and honestly, this was a very fast decision, and a decision that shouldn't have been made that fast. There was just so much stuff going on, and I felt like it was time. I needed to commit to a school and get my college career going. Definitely wasn't the best decision at the time. There was just a lot going on. So when I had committed to UMass, it was between a Rutgers preferred walk-on, UMass preferred walk-on, or scholarship offers at Merrimack and Sacred Heart. Merrimack and Sacred Heart, like I said in the last video, were not full scholarships. They were FCS scholarships. It was a good scholarship, it just wasn't full. And my whole thing was I went prep school so I could get a full scholarship. And around this time when I was debating if I wanted to take the preferred walk-on at Rutgers or take it at UMass, no one was really telling me, hey Jared, wait for this offer to come. This school's really interested in you. They might offer you. There wasn't that. None of my coaches were really telling me, hey Jared, I think this school's gonna offer you. I think you should wait. You shouldn't walk on. That wasn't really presented to me. So I really felt like if a school like UMass isn't gonna offer me a scholarship right now, no other FBS school is gonna offer me a scholarship. So I gotta take it. I'm gonna just take the preferred walk on, early enroll, go play spring ball, and get put on scholarship. That was my plan, but unfortunately it didn't really go down like that. So a week before I was gonna go to UMass, I actually tweaked my back in the weight room at Cheshire Academy. Didn't really think anything of it. I was just doing a deadlift and just felt like a really bad pull. If you lift weights, this probably has happened to you before. Just felt like a pull on my back and was dealing with that. But like I said, I didn't think anything of it. I thought, hey, it's just gonna go away eventually. This is nothing major. I didn't know that this was going to lead to years of back problems and years of back pain. So now we're in January 2019. I'm going to UMass, getting ready to go to UMass. I move into the dorms, and I start my journey. I'm on the walk-on journey. I'm trying to do all the little things I can to get put on scholarship and make it seem like this was the right decision for me and just to turn my dreams into a reality. I'm kind of going in with that walk-on mindset, like, hey, I got to outwork everybody. I got to do all the little things, and I'm going to get put on scholarship. I'm not going out to parties. I'm not doing none of that. I'm focused on one thing and one thing only, and that's getting a scholarship. Waking up at 4:30 a.m., I'm making sure I'm the first one at the facility every single day, making sure I'm doing all the little things right. I'm the first one to meetings, first one to the weight room, making sure I take care of my body, just making sure I'm doing everything I can to get the coach's attention and for them to put me on scholarship. My plan worked for a little bit. Like I said, I was always the first one at the facility, always doing the little things right. And I'll never forget in a meeting, Coach Bell called me out in front of everybody. He was like, Jared, how old are you? And at the time I was 18. I was like, I'm 18, coach. And he was like, that dude right there is a grown-ass man. He's one of the first ones at the facility every single day, beating me to the facility. That's a guy you guys want to be like. And everyone's starting to respect me now. Like, okay, this dude means business. Like he's trying to get put on scholarship. Like, and that was the thing though. A lot of dudes didn't know that I wasn't on scholarship. They had just assumed, from seeing my stuff on Twitter, Instagram. They're like, oh, dude, this kid's scholarship guy. Like, you couldn't tell that I wasn't on scholarship. I didn't look like a walk-on, and I didn't look like I was some guy that the coaches didn't put on scholarship. Like, you couldn't tell. So some dudes knew. A lot of dudes didn't know though. On the same time too, my back is getting worse. Like really worse. I'm starting to deal with a lot of pain. I'm trying to hide it as best as I can because I'm already a walk-on, and I don't want them to be like, oh, he's a hurt walk-on. Like, in terms of college football, there's a totem pole, 1,000%. You got your star players, you got all that. They're at the top, obviously. And then the walk-ons are really at the bottom, unfortunately. That's just how it goes. You're not on scholarship. You're not a main focus for the team. And so I'm thinking like, okay, if I'm already a walk-on and then I'm hurt, I'm going to be below the bottom of this totem pole. So let me hide this injury. Eventually it's just going to get better. I'm really hoping that one day I just wake up and all my back pain is gone. I'm starting to now deal with sciatica. So for those of you who don't know, that's when you get pain down your leg, shooting pain down your leg. And for an 18-year-old, that is not something you should be dealing with. That's something that like older people deal with. But my back is very, very jacked up at this point, and I'm not really sure why or how, but yeah, that's the position I'm in. So I'm trying to hide it, dealing with the pain, and I can't really hide it anymore. So now we're on spring break, and we had our spring break like right before spring ball. So we're on spring break, and I go see a doctor, and the doctor tells me I have two options. I can either get back surgery or I can get a cortisone shot, and hopefully it works, and we'll see what kind of happens. We'll go from there. So obviously I'm like, bro, we have spring ball next week. Like, surgery is not an option. Didn't even think I was gonna need back surgery. Like, I'm in a lot of pain, like, yes, but I didn't know I was gonna need back surgery at 18. Like, just to give you guys a better understanding of my back pain, like, I was dealing with this all day, every day, waking up in pain, going to sleep in pain. It got to the point where I'm limping while I'm walking to class. Like, I'm definitely walking with a limp. I'm just in constant discomfort all the time. Like, pain, discomfort, stuff I wouldn't wish on anybody. I don't want anyone to have to deal with the back pain that I was dealing with at this time, because it was actually insane how much pain I was in. And I was just trying my best to hide it. I don't even know how I was hiding it, because like I said, it was constant pain. So when I go to the doctor, he says, okay, the back surgery or cortisone shot. So obviously I'm like, all right, I'm going to do the cortisone shot. Like, we'll see what happens. So I get the cortisone shot, and then we go back for spring ball, and none of the trainers know I got a cortisone shot. They kind of know that I'm dealing with some back pain. They don't really know how bad it is. I'm trying to hide it as best as I can. So we go through spring ball practices, and I am horrible, terrible. Not only am I trying to adjust to college football, I'm trying to adjust to living with pain and playing with this pain. And I am just a shell of myself, not even 50% of the athlete that I was in high school right now. Like, I'm dealing with this pain, trying to learn all this, so it is god awful. It's going as bad as it possibly can. Like, it can't get any worse. Like, I am just bad, and I'm putting this on film. And this is my first impression to these coaches. So they're seeing me without knowing that I'm in this pain, without knowing all that, and they're like, oh boy. Like, I'll never forget the strength coach at Umass during one practice. We're in like a special teams period. He looks at me and he's like, man, you got one of the worst fall-offs I've ever witnessed. And I was just like, damn, it's that bad, huh? It's that bad. Like, I go from the coach giving me the shout-out in the meeting to I'm like so bad. Like, it's actually disheartening how bad I was during these practices. So about a week of spring ball goes by, and what was helping me with the cortisone shot, as little as it was helping me, it eventually wore off, and now I'm back to excruciating pain, can't move, can't even lift my leg up, sciatica all the way down my leg, and I just can't hide it anymore. I go to the trainers and I'm just like, hey, I didn't tell you guys about this. I know I should have, but here's the situation I'm in. I'm just in a lot of pain. Like, I told them about what my doctor said and everything, and talked about imaging, like MRI and stuff, and they're like, okay, we're going to talk to Coach Bell, see what he thinks. Coach Bell, the head coach at UMass, calls me in for a meeting. He's like, hey, Jared, we're going to shut you down for the rest of spring ball. Like, I know you're dealing with this back pain. I deal with back pain. Like, I have a bad back as well. This is something you want to take serious, so, we're going to shut you down. You're just going to rehab, do therapy, all that stuff, and you're done for spring ball. So now I'm in a position where I am in the worst case scenario. I go to UMass so I can go play spring ball and I can get put on scholarship, and now I'm hurt at UMass, dealing with crazy back pain, not even playing spring ball anymore. I'm honestly thinking that my football career is about to be over, because the pain I'm dealing with is not normal, and I'm looking up all this stuff about back problems and football players, and I'm hearing this player had to retire, this player had to retire. So I'm like, damn, my college football career is about to end before it really even got started. And it's just sad. I'm really going through, for the first time in my life, dealing with a lot of adversity. High school, dealing with, not getting offers and stuff, that definitely sucked. But this was even worse, because now I'm really on my own in college, just dealing with all this negativity. And then around the same time, my mom gets into a crazy bad car accident. She has a seizure at the wheel, gets into a car accident, nearly loses her life. And now all this is happening in the matter of days. Like, I go from, okay, I had to get shut down for spring ball, and then boom, my mom gets in the car accident, and I'm just like, holy shit, my world is flipped upside down. I go home to visit my mom, and she has friggin' half her head shaved, all these staples and stitches, 2 black eyes. Like, seeing my mom like that honestly broke my heart, and just sucked because we were both going through this at the same time. Like, and it just was, it was a tough time for the both of us, for the whole family. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were rooting for me, hoping that, you know, I get put on scholarship, and now we don't even know if you're gonna ever be able to play football again. Honestly, if you're in this much pain, and then my mom's dealing with this, and it's just sad, man. I go from a couple months ago, you know, getting a chance to play in this All-American game, and I feel like everything's starting to go my way, to now I'm in this position where I don't even know what the future of my football career holds. Honestly, like, for the first time in my life, I'm really dealing with, you know, I'm going through, I don't want to say depression and put it on that scale, but I'm definitely dealing with some hard times, and I'm in my head a lot. I'm just going through it. I'm really going through it. You know, I had a plan, and it's just not going anywhere how I thought it would. So, you know, the months go by, end of semester, like I said, just doing the rehab, missed the whole spring ball, and nothing's getting better. My back's not getting better. I'm just in my head because I'm just like, damn, I just made the worst decision. Like, I'm constantly living in this regret, like, damn, I wish I could go back to January. I wish I didn't come here. And it's just not a good mental position to be in. So I go home for the summer, and obviously I'm not going to do summer workouts because, one, I'm hurt, very hurt, and two, it's like, okay, if the walk-ons want to come do summer workouts, you got to pay for it, and I can't do it right now. I just can't do that. So I go home, I get a job working as a bouncer in Boston, and that was horrible. And it sucked because, like, I would see people that I would know, and they'd be like, yo, like, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be at school? Like, these people think I'm on scholarship, think I'm at Umass, supposed to be playing football, and I'm not. I'm trying to, like, hide it, and I'm trying to be avoidant. I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to post nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. Like, I just want to be on my own trying to figure this thing out because I don't know what's about to happen. So whole summer goes by. I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with my back. Finally, we go see a doctor at Mass General. He sees my MRI, sees all the imaging. He's like, hey, man, like, you got to get surgery. You know, you were born with spinal stenosis, so you have a narrowing in your spinal canal, so you have some problems with your discs. However, it's worse for you because you already have a narrowed spinal canal, so any kind of bulging and stuff like that is going to affect you way worse. Because, like, disc bulging and having problems with your back isn't necessarily uncommon for football players. Just for me, it was different because, like I said, I already had that narrowing, so they were going to have to get surgery. So he's like, you know, you're going to have to get the surgery. You have to get it done. And I get the surgery, and immediate relief. I'm like, oh my God, finally. I was dealing with, from the beginning of 2019 to probably July when I had that surgery. I think I had surgery in August. Yeah, August, like, I was dealing with pain. Finally get the surgery. I'm finally out of pain. But I'm going to have to miss the whole season because I literally had surgery probably like a week or 2 weeks before fall camp started. So I go back to UMass. I'm just rehabbing. I'm just doing the rehab, sitting on the sidelines, watching the practices, dealing with that. Now it's like you're kind of just a fill-in character, honestly. You're not really, no one cares about you. You're just doing what you got to do to feel better, watching the games, sitting on the sidelines for the games, doing the developmental lift, can't practice, didn't practice at all. Just seeing what it's like to go from you're the star player in high school to now you don't mean anything. Like, I can't even go in the locker room during the games. Like, you're kind of just completely an outcast, and I really got to see that. And honestly, it was very, very humbling. I definitely saw people in my life start to, like, move different when it came to me. You know, all my friends weren't acting funny when stuff was going good. And now people that I really considered close to me and people that I really thought cared about me really started to show their true colors. And I was honestly thankful for it. At the time, I was upset. I was like, damn, bro, everyone's switching up on me and shit. But like my mom would always tell me, out of sight, out of mind. And that's when I really got to see that and really got to see how people move. And it really, in the long run, I'm so thankful for it because, yeah, I got to see who really cared about me as a person and not as a football player. So I go through all that. The season goes by. I don't play. Nothing exciting going on. Just rehabbing, working out, trying to make a comeback. So 2019 goes by. Nothing happens. Like I said, beginning of 2019, just dealing with all that pain, back surgery, not playing at UMass. Now it's 2020. I'm excited, though, because spring ball is going to come. You know what I'm saying? It's a chance to get on the field, get to show them, hey, what you saw on film that first time was not me. You are going to see who I actually am as a player. So when I had originally committed to UMass, I committed because I wanted to play running back. So they were like, hey, you know, you can play running back here. So I was like, all right, word. So I'm at UMass playing running back, and then 2020, right before spring ball comes, my boy said, hey, you know, you got switched to defense. He's like, you're playing DB now. I was like, what? I'm playing DB? Like, no one told me that. Like, I think you're lying. He's like, bro, I'm so serious. Like, they moved you. So I text my coach. I'm like, hey, can we have a meeting? Like, I'm here and I'm playing defense. He's like, yeah, come on. And he comes to me, he's like, hey, Jared, you know, honestly, we brought in 2 running backs. We brought in a high school kid and we brought in a JUCO kid. if we're being completely honest, like you're not going to play at running back. So we think it's best that if we move you to defense, we have more needs on defense than we do at running back. So we think that it's better for you if you want to play that we move you to defense. And at first I'm like, shit, like I committed here to play defense. I committed here to play offense, play running back, and now you guys are moving me. And the way you went about it is kind of like a little shady, but you know, it's college football, it is what it is. So I'm like, all right, you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna just transfer, bro, screw this. And then, you know, and eventually I come to my senses. I'm like, you know what, let's just see what happens. You know, you got spring ball, you got a chance to play spring ball. You have no college film, so let's just play spring ball, see how it goes. And then if you don't like it, you can enter the portal or you can transfer, and we'll just go from there. So I'm like, all right, bet. Like, we're just going to try it out. We're going to play defense, see how it goes. So this is spring of 2020. And right before we're about to go on spring break, our coach, obviously, like, this is when the pandemic, coronavirus first became a thing. And schools are going crazy. We don't know what's going on. And he's like, okay, you know, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be gone for a week. You're gonna be gone for spring break, and then we're gonna come back. Everything's gonna be good. We're gonna figure out this pandemic thing. We leave for spring break, and we never come back. School gets closed for the remaining of the semester, and we're at home doing online school, going through all that shit. You know, it was a crazy time. The world was really flipped upside down. So we're just back home. I'm just training, just like, well, I can't transfer now because I don't even know what's about to happen. We don't even know if we're gonna have a season. So summer goes by, just training all that stuff, doing the defensive stuff on my own, just trying to learn the playbooks on Zoom and all that stuff, doing the meetings. And they tell us, all right, we think we're going to be able to come back. We have a whole team meeting on Zoom. And he's like, all right, you know, we're going to be able to come back. We finally got the clearance from the school, but only the scholarship players. Like, if you're a walk-on, I'm sorry, you can't come back. Bro, right when he says that in the meeting, I literally leave the Zoom call, bro. And, like, when you leave a Zoom call, it shows so-and-so just left. So everybody sees that I just left the Zoom call. I'm pissed. I'm like, bro, like, are you, what? Like, I can't even, I'm trying to get put on scholarship. I can't even be with the team. I'm so mad, bro. He eventually, like, ends up calling me, like, you know, like, just wait. I'm going to try and get you on campus. We're going to try and get you and a few of the other walk-ons here. Like, you know, we need you to, just don't smoke up my ass. Eventually, that never happens. A couple weeks go by, and he calls the walk-ons, and he's like, all right, you guys are able to come back. So we come back, we're able to, you know, work out with the team, and then we're starting fall camp. There's rumors swirling around that we're going to cancel the season because the Ivies just canceled, and they're thinking, you know, Umass is eventually going to have to cancel too. So we're just going through fall camp. We're like a week into fall camp. I'm doing the DB stuff. I feel like I'm not doing bad, honestly. You know, it's not going as bad as I thought. I'm not doing bad. It's going okay. And then we have a meeting after practice. He's like, all right, guys, you know, we just got word we're going to have to cancel the season. We're no longer going to play. We're still going to be able to work out and stuff, but we're just not going to play the season. But the walk-ons, you guys have to go back home. We can't have you here. And at this point, I'm like, bruh, like, there's no way. Like, absolutely no way I'm in this position. Like, I'm supposed to be on scholarship. I'm supposed to be trying to get a scholarship. I'm looking around at the walk-ons, and I'm just like, yo, I know that I should not be with this group. I should be with that group. I'm so upset just thinking to myself, damn, Jared, you really made the worst decision possible. I'm like fighting back tears at this point, and I'm just upset, you know, gotta pack up my stuff and gotta go home. You know, walk-ons can't be there. Literally can't be there. We are not allowed to have access at all to anything. We have to go home. So I go home, week goes by, hear nothing from the coaches. Another week goes by. I'm like, honestly, dude, what am I doing? I'm at a school where they don't even care about me. I'm not even playing the position I want to play. This just isn't the spot for me. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. I'm going to call my coach and kind of air out my frustrations and kind of put some pressure on him, right? So I call him, I'm like, coach, you know, honestly, I just don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know if this is the place for me. You know, financially, this is hard on my parents. You know, I think I'm just going to have to think about transferring. And I only made this call just to, like, put some pressure on him, see what he thought. All right, Jared, you know, appreciate everything you did. If you ever need anything from me, let me know. Wish you the best. And, yeah, like I said, if you need anything, just let me know. Hangs up the phone. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm thinking, like, he's going to try and keep me. He's going to, you know, no, Jared, stay. Just wait it out. Like, we got you. Nope. He was like, all right, have good luck with everything. So I'm like, damn. Guess I'm not at UMass anymore. Like, I'm going to transfer. Fill out my release. I'm no longer a UMass football player. I'm just in the portal trying to find a new home. And this was like peak portal, like coronavirus. The portal was going insane. There were so many people in it. It was the first time it was really a thing. So it's going absolutely insane. Probably the worst time to enter the portal, but it is what it is. And then I don't got anything. I originally was like, all right, hopefully Merrimack offers me. Honestly, during the summer too, I had hit them up like, hey, I'm thinking about transferring, and the coach was like, all for it, like, let's make it happen. Da da da. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm just gonna go to Merrimack, and I'm gonna play running back. It is what it is. I'm gonna just go there, ball up. The Merrimack coach hits me with, yeah, we don't know about our scholarship count because of coronavirus. Like, the world's upside down. No one really knows what's going on, what's gonna be good with their football program. And I don't know what to do because I don't got nowhere to go. I'm just chilling. I'm at home taking online classes. And then I get a random follow on Twitter from the offensive coordinator at Independence Community College, the school that was on Last Chance U. So I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool. Like, I don't really think anything of it. And then he hits me up. He's like, hey, Jared, saw your film. Want to get on a call with you? Damn, I don't got no one else calling me. I might as well hear what the guy has to say. He calls me. He's like, we're going to offer you whatever it is, scholarship, however it gets broken down. It's not like a full scholarship in JUCO, but he's like, we're going to offer you. We want you to come down here. You think you can come down here next week? I'm like, next week, bro? I don't know. I got to talk to my parents. We got to figure this thing out. Like, you're telling me you want me to go to Kansas in a week? Like, so I bring it up to my parents, and my dad's like, no, absolutely not. You're not going JUCO. Like, why would you go JUCO? Like, that's just not a good idea. My mom's kind of like, might as well hear what the guy has to say. Like, you don't got nothing else going on. So we hop on a call. My dad's like, all right, whatever, we'll hear what he has to say. Hop on a call, me, my mom, my dad, the offensive coordinator, and the head coach at Independence Community College. And they are selling me the dream. Like, you get a chance to rewrite your story. You come here, you could potentially go to a school bigger than Umass. Like, they're saying all the right things. And right when they said you could go to a school bigger than Umass, I was like, you guys got me. Let's go. I'm committed. I'm going. Like, right when they said that, I was like, I'm thinking to myself, this is everything I wanted to hear. I get a chance to rewrite my story. Go JUCO for a year, ball out, and then I get all the offers I want because, it's Independence. It's a top 10 junior college. Like, this is no Joe Schmo JUCO. This is the best JUCO conference in the country. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to commit, and I'm going to Kansas. Pack up all my stuff, get on a flight, and I'm heading to Independence, Kansas. I appreciate you guys tuning in to episode 2 of my Division I story. I have a feeling next episode is gonna be my most viewed episode because I really get to dive deep and talk about my JUCO experience playing at Independence Community College and just really telling y'all the story about the JUCO life. So I really feel like next episode is gonna go crazy and I'm excited to give you guys that episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bells on so you get notified when episode 3 drops. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man.